What is going on, everybody? I am TNA's WWE here for another video, and this is going to be my WrestleMania predictions. WrestleMania is it's a week away. Today is Monday, so it is 6 days away, and the card has a lot of potential, I think, to be a very good WrestleMania. It depends how the matches go through, It always depends on that, how much time they're going to be willing to give certain matches and whatnot. But also, I think that there's matches that should have, been going down that aren't happening, which is a shame. Cena versus Undertaker, Roman Reigns versus Strowman. Apparently, Sami Zayn and Samoa Joe are being left off the card. So I think there's a lot of things that could have really made this Mania stick out. The Cena versus Taker match, that's like the main one, because if that were happening, this Mania, I think, would have a lot more eyes drawn on it. But either way, Mania is always a huge show, and let's get into these predictions. First, we have the 2017 Andre the Giant Battle Royal. I think that they're probably going to throw Samoa Joe and Sami Zayn into this match. I think that what they need to really do is throw big stars, not huge main event talent, obviously, but stars with decent credibility in this match. That way, it's not automatically assumed to be a jobber match. The first one was cool because Cesaro won it, but if it's just filled with jobbers, no one cares about it. And even if it's a huge trophy that they win, no one's gonna give a fuck if it's only jobbers. So I think Samoa Joe and Sami Zayn being added into this match is gonna just do a lot for the match itself. So I don't really know exactly who I think is going to win. Maybe the Big Show, I guess, because this is probably going to be his last Mania. If not, then either Sami Zayn or Joe. But, I think probably the Big Show definitely is going to win this. So, that's all I really have to say about that. Next, we have the Raw Tag Team Championships. It's the Club versus Enzo and Cass versus Cesaro and Sheamus. Triple threat tag match. This has, I think, potential to be a really good match. Maybe they'll give it a good amount of time. Who knows? There's 12 matches that have been announced. And there's probably going to be some spots with The Rock or maybe Stone Cold. Apparently Stone Cold doesn't even know if he's going to be there. But, I think The Rock will probably be there. And, there's going to be other spots, obviously, that haven't been announced. But usually there's more than 12 matches. So, usually there's 13 or 14. So, I think that there's going to be a few matches that, they'll give some time to. And I think this should be one of them, because this feud between these three teams has been brewing for a very long time. And, they're all good teams. These are all really good workers, aside for Enzo. But Enzo's just a storyteller. But at the end of the day, I think Enzo and Big Cass deserve that Mania moment. They haven't had a championship together yet. Excuse me. They haven't had a championship together yet, so I don't know. I think that, and they've been a team for a hell of a long time now, so I think that Enzo and Cass are going to win this match. I think they should give it a good amount of time, honestly, because this has been a feud that's been brewing for a while. And that's all I really have to say about that. Next, I think this next match has the possibility to steal the show for this whole pay-per-view. It's Neville versus Austin Aries for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. At first, I think this match is going to be incredible. I think, I love Austin Aries. It's awesome that all these guys from TNA back in the day, back in 2008, 2009, going into 2010. A lot of those guys, Bobby Roode, Austin Aries, Samoa Joe, a bunch more that I'm probably not thinking of, but they're in WWE now in these big roles, and it's cool. So, at first, I was thinking Austin Aries definitely 100%, but the more the closer we get to Mania, the more I've been leaning on maybe Neville retaining, because, not every championship could change hands at Mania. There's going to be a few retains. So, honestly, I think Neville's going to retain the title and then maybe have Austin Aries win it at Payback, which is the pay-per-view after. So, I think Neville's probably going to win, but I think this is going to be a fucking awesome match. maybe not 5 stars, but like 4 stars, I think. Honestly, I think this is going to be sick. So next is the SmackDown Women's Championship, where Alexa Bliss is defending against all SmackDown women who are available to compete. There's a lot of possibilities for this. This is actually one of the matches that I'm pretty hyped up for, because we could see Asuka, which apparently she's been doing tour house shows on SmackDown. So that means that she might be on the SmackDown roster, and that's to have her come and possibly win the championship and have both the NXT Women's Championship and the SmackDown's Women's Championship. It would just be cool. Like, that hasn't happened yet, where someone has the NXT title and another title along with it. So I think that would be really freaking cool. Also, there's like talk of Lita, Kelly. So who knows what's gonna happen. I think that this has potential to be cool, because they haven't announced who it's gonna be, so that means there could be a really cool surprise. Hopefully WWE actually does a surprise. Hopefully it's not just Naomi. Well, Naomi's hurt, but the people that have been in the feud the whole time, Becky Lynch, and I really like Becky, but who else? Like Natalia. I want it to be someone that we haven't seen in a while, and possibly an NXT call-up. So yeah, I think Asuka's probably gonna come and win the title. But it would be really cool if Alexa Bliss, defended this title, and also because it would just make her look like a worthy champion. It would make the championship seem like it's a worthy title. To have her defend it against all of these people, it would add prestige to that title. So I think though that Asuka's probably gonna win the belt. So yeah. Next is Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin for the Intercontinental title. Baron Corbin, I think, is going to win the belt. Yeah. This is going to be probably a pretty good match. I like Baron Corbin. He's been getting a lot better. Every week it seems like he gets a little bit better, and he's turning into a pretty cool superstar in WWE. Someone who I really did not like, and I was pissed when he got called up. I thought it was just so many other people deserve to be called up before him. But because he got called up early, he got called up before a lot of people. But it's I think he's been getting a lot better. He's turning into someone that I actually could dig. So I think he's probably gonna win the belt, because Dean Ambrose, it's just there's something missing, man. I like him a lot, but he shouldn't be Intercontinental champion. He needs to be in the main event. Or not in the main event, but he needs to be in the world title picture, because he's already been a world champion. So yeah, I think Baron Corbin's gonna win. Next, John Cena and Nikki Bella versus The Miz and Maurice. Now, they've been building it. It's been a decent build. I can't say that it's just it doesn't seem like it's just randomly thrown together, but at the same time, why are we not getting Cena versus Taker? It just doesn't make sense. So, I'm not really happy about this match. It might end up being a piss break, but I don't know, man. I guess John Cena and Nikki Bella are gonna win. I think the reason why they set this match up is because there's rumors that Nikki Bella is gonna be retiring and just doing the show, which I think is actually, I don't have a problem with that at all. I'm not gonna miss Nikki Bella. I'm so nothing really against her. I'm just not gonna miss her, and she could just do her thing on E or whatever. But yeah, I think John Cena and Nikki Bella are probably gonna win. I think that there's a chance that Cena's gonna pop the question. He's gonna get down on his knee and he propose, "Will you marry me?" I think that's possibly gonna happen at Mania. So, it'll be a moment, but I'm not looking forward to this match. But yeah, I think Cena and Nikki are gonna win. Next, this match, this match should be for the Universal title. It's Jericho versus Owens for the U.S. title. Their whole entire feud has been based around the Universal title. It's been based around Jericho helping Owens retain his Universal title. The reason why they ended up, getting into the problems that they got into in the first place was because Jericho, you know, and he challenged, he like basically said that Goldberg will fight, you know, that Owens would fight Goldberg. You know, he made that decision for him, and it was for the Universal title. Owens held that title since the brand split after Finn got hurt, and it's just like, it's not, Owens deserves to be in the main event. You know, he really deserves to be in the main event. And this match could have easily have been the main event. It would have been such an awesome moment to have Jericho win the Universal title in the main event. And not only does Owens deserve it, but Jericho deserves it too. You know, the two of them carried Raw together for like over 6 months. And it's just ridiculous that they're not main eventing Mania. It's not that I have a problem that it's for the United States title, it's just, it's not to like say that the United States title isn't worth anything, because it's been, the U.S. title has been a top title. You know, it's not like it was 5 years ago. But like, they really, this match could have been the main event. It's just like, you know, people like, hardcore fans are not looking forward to Brock versus Goldberg because it's going to be a squash. So it's just, that match didn't have to be for the Universal title. It was announced before it was going to be for the title. It just didn't make sense. I mean, it does make sense because they want, you know, Goldberg came back probably for the title, but it's just, they keep following the pattern of giving the part-timer, the legend, the spots. This whole Goldberg Kevin Owens thing is the same thing with Punk and The Rock, you know, at WrestleMania, the whole WrestleMania 29 thing. And it's just, you know, this could have been a Mania with Jericho winning at the end, where everyone, and Jericho is the most over wrestler right now. He's the most over babyface on Raw, hands down. He is the most over babyface in the WWE. There's no doubt about it. So, like, why do you not go with the guy that's the most over? There hasn't been, like, a huge, big babyface since Daniel Bryan. And before that, you know, who? Besides John Cena. You know? Who people weren't down with. A lot of people were not down with Cena. So they need, you know, Jericho has been there for... He's not a part-timer. Like, he is, like, he comes in and he comes out. When he comes back, he's there every week, practically. He deserves that main event win. I don't know if his match with Shawn Michaels, I don't know if it was a main event at Mania. At 19, I think. Or 20, I don't know. It was before I started watching wrestling at WrestleMania 23. So anything before that, like, is kind of a blur to me. But, I don't know, man. I think Jericho really deserves a main event win. I think Owens deserved to walk into Mania, into the main event as the Universal Champion. So, you know, that's my little rant on that, you know, because the two of them, man, they were my favorite. Like, it's the best team up I've seen as a wrestling fan. Since I've started watching wrestling in 2007. I've been watching for 10 years. And this was the best, like, two guys coming together that, you know, it was similar to, like, Goldberg and Booker T. I mean, Goldust and Booker T, you know? That chemistry, you know? They had that chemistry that was just undeniable. And they carried Raw for so long. They deserved that main event. You know, the feud was built as the top feud on Raw. So, whatever, man. Kevin Owens is going to win the United States title. Next, Raw Women's Champion, Bayley versus Charlotte Flair versus Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax. I don't even know, man. I don't even know, and, like, I don't even really care. I want Sasha to win. Sasha's my favorite women's wrestler, and, like, I love her. Like, she's ridiculously sexy, and she's just, like, an amazing wrestler. She's just, like, I don't know, she's just, like, to me, she's the best out of all of these four. But someone backstage clearly doesn't like Sasha, and someone at a high, you know, in a high position clearly does not like Sasha. So, I don't know, man. There's no reason to have Charlotte win because her pay-per-view streak is already finished. So, yeah, I guess I'm just going to go with Sasha just because I want her to win, but I don't really, you know, to detach myself and to think who I actually think is going to win, I don't really know. So, yeah, I'll just go with Sasha. Fuck it. Next, Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles. I hope AJ wins this match, man. Yeah, I think AJ is gonna win. You know, if he doesn't, that would be a damn shame, honestly. If he loses to Shane McMahon, that would be a fucking shame. Here's another guy that deserved to walk into Mania as a champion. And it's not to say that, you know, because with Raw, it's like, I don't want to see Goldberg versus Brock for the belt anyway. I don't want to see that as the main event. So it's not like I want to see Bray. It's not like I don't want to see Bray versus Orton. It's just AJ, like, he carried SmackDown, man. He deserves to be in that top spot. But, you know, this is also, like, it's going to be, like, a big match. It's going to be, like, there's going to be a lot of time given to it for sure. So, yeah, I hope AJ wins. And, you know, who knows? Shane McMahon might jump off the roller coaster. Next, Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. This is going to suck. You know, we have to go into this match knowing it's going to suck. If you think this is going to be a good match, like, you're going to be fucking disappointed. Like, I know this is going to suck. So, yeah, Reigns is going to win. And I don't really have much to say about that. Next, wow, this is interesting. I'm reading these matches from WWE.com, and they actually have Bray versus Orton as, like, the top match, like, as the main event. Like going, like, down, up, Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt is on the top. So that's interesting, man. That is really interesting. Because I personally really want Bray versus Randy last. Yeah, I think that would be awesome. But, you know, who knows? But I'm just reading, you know, from reading on WWE.com, it looks like it might go last. But next, you know, it's Goldberg versus Brock for the Universal title. I think it's going to be 5 minutes or less, and Brock is going to win the title. Yeah. You know, it's a shame. It's a shame that this match is for the Universal title. It really is. You know, Jericho deserves to be winning that belt at Mania. And then he could have lost it at Payback, you know, or even before Payback. But to just have that moment at Mania, you know, like, Mania's supposed to be the biggest show, and, like, I guess, like, this brings people in, but at the same time, like, don't you want your hardcore fans to, like, be happy? You know, like, I don't know, man. It's whatever. But, I mean, it's not whatever, like, it's a huge problem. But, you know, this is what's happening. So, yeah, Brock is going to win the title. And then next, Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. If this happens last, that would be sick, man. That really would be. So this is going to be for the WWE title. And I really do think that Luke Harper could have been in this match and made it really interesting. Either way, it's going to be interesting. But I'm looking forward to this, man. I'm really looking forward to this. I don't even know who's going to... most of the time at Mania, you don't have both world championships switch. Most of the time you have one retain and then, you know, one change hands. So, Bray might retain. But at the same time, they've been building this feud like Randy's going to win the title at Mania. So... yeah, I don't see both titles switching hands. So I guess Bray is probably going to win. Who knows? I don't know, man. I do not know. So, you know, yeah, I guess I'm probably going to go with Bray since he's not, you know, there has to be one title that's retained. You know, they could not do that this time, but I think they will. So, yeah, man. I don't know. I think there's going to be some matches that suck, but I think there's also going to be some matches that are really cool. I think this Mania is going to be a lot better than 32. So, that's all I got, man. I am TNA, is WWE. Peace.